Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about the surface area of cylinders. So similar to the problems that you see up on the screen. Just a reminder, this is the speedrun version where we go through it pretty quickly. If you'd like the normal version, I will link that in the description below. All right, your Ricasso Recap starts now. In 30 seconds or less, here's what you need to know before you start this lesson. Firstly, you should know about net diagrams. Secondly, you should know how to find the area of rectangles. And lastly, you should know how to find the area of circles. If you would like refreshers on any of these three topics, I will link that in the description below. Please go watch that before you start this new lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So it says a cylinder is shown below, okay? A cylinder has a circle on the top, circle on the bottom, and then a rectangle in the middle. And it says which diagram is a net for the cylinder? So the only difference between these two answers, if you look carefully, is this 10 pi, 5 pi. Where are they getting this? Well, this is the rectangle. So let's focus on the rectangle for a second. The rectangle in the middle, okay, has 14 inches here. But then what is this other side here? And to find the other side, I would say just memorize it, it's 2 times pi times r. And in this case, the radius is 5, right? So it would be 2 times pi times 5, which would give me 10 pi. There's only one answer choice that has the 10 pi. That's this one here. So this answer choice is incorrect. So again, that side length that we don't know is just 2 times pi times r. Now for this one, it says, what is the surface area? So there are two ways we're going to look at this. Let's start by looking at the individual shapes. So we know we have a circle on the top circle. We also have a bottom circle. Then we have a rectangle in the middle. So and surface area just means if we were to put wrapping paper on this cylinder, how much wrapping paper would I need? So we're just doing the area of these three shapes, and we're going to add the areas together. So for the top circle, we know the area is pi r squared, so it would be, and we're going to use 3, so it's pi times 3 squared, because the radius is 3. Again, pi r squared. We're going to use 3.14 for our pi. When we calculate this, we get 28.26. And the bottom circle will obviously have the same exact area. For the rectangle, we know this side is 9, and we know this is 2 times pi times r, which is 2 times pi times 3, which is 6 pi. So to find the area of a rectangle, we just do length times width or base times height, depending on how you learned it. So we're going to do 6 pi times 9, which is 6 times 3.14 times 9, which will give you 169.56. And now we just add the three numbers together. Let's do this at the top. 28. Okay, so here I've added all three. You get 226.08. Notice the instructions say round to the nearest tenth. So our final answer would be 226.1, final answer. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Oh, and actually, pause. We're going to look at this one other way. Okay, so here was the original problem. Let's think about this in a slightly different way. We know we have a circle on the top, a circle on the bottom. We know that and then we have a rectangle. And we're just adding these three things together. The area of the rectangle, or of the circle, is pi r squared. This one is also pi r squared. So really, we're doing two circles, pi r squared. Okay? And we're adding this rectangle. And the rectangle, we said, is it's the height of the cylinder. So in this case, it was 9, times 2 times pi times the radius. So the rectangle is just 2 pi r h. This formula is a formula for the surface area of a cylinder. And you can just plug in your numbers. So what I mean by that is, let's move this down. you can just put the numbers in where they go. 2 times 3.14 times the radius squared plus 2 times 3.14 times the radius times the height. If you type that into your calculator right there, you will get the same answer that we did here, okay, by doing each individual shape. Either answer will get you the correct answer. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two on your own. When you're ready, unpause and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. For the first problem, you should have noticed that the 22 pi is the correct length for the rectangle, and so the one on the left is the correct answer. And for the second problem here is the work. You should have gotten 282.6, didn't have to round it or anything. All right, that's it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.